Eating is like breathing. When we breathe, we don't think too much about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't think too much about your eating, but you should make each meal be an exam and something stressful. Oh my God, how many calories in this? I have to calculate. Eating is one of the pleasures that God has given us. Do you understand? Eating should be pleasurable. While you're being mindful, you should not be. I think being mindful is the main thing. Not being. It's not an exam. Please don't count. That's not a nice life. That makes eating, and you'd have to eat every day. So it's like every day is an exam for you.
You're listening to the Fetish Podcast, where we keep it cute, a little sweaty, and very real. All right, so you guys know that for this podcast, we talk so much about fitness, right? But today, we're going to talk food. And for today's episode, I have here with me the coolest nutritionist, Banke. Hi, Banke.
Hi.
Listen, I'm not going to police your diet, right? I'm not doing that. But just a little, real talk about, food, healthy eating, and just general wellness, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I do this with all my guests, right? The first thing I ask that is, my podcast is called Fit-ish. So when you hear the word fit-ish, what comes to mind?
Why do you have the ish? Why do you have the ish? Because it's like, okay, we're fit, but meanwhile, when you look at you, you're like fit, fit, fit. So you're not fitish. You're like super fit.
What's all day, right? So because I'm like fit, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to just do something for myself that is not like, it's just a little playful, right?
Okay.
It's not too serious, because, with this lifestyle, right, it has to be sustainable. And one of the best ways is just to make sure that you're having fun whilst they're living the life. So I figured, okay, why be so strong up on the fit? But I called it Fit Podcast. It'd be so boring. But when I put the ish there, it's like, okay.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, no, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. Cool.
Well, welcome to Fit-ish.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're just going to dive right into it, right? I have like a bunch of questions and I'm sure that the audience can also like relate to the questions, right? Let's start with the first one. What's the biggest nutrition myth you wish people would like not do or
Not think.
not think? Yeah.
So I think the biggest myth is like once people hear, oh, okay, like let's say you have a friend now that wants to maybe lose weight or something and wants to change their diet, and you might introduce them and say, oh, I have this friend called Banke, and then you now introduce us, and the first thing the person will say is, I like ebao and I like rice, so and I like this and I like that, so I hope you're not going to make you see. So that's, yes, we see that now. That's a myth to think that to be healthy means you have to cut off everything and, I don't know, live on carrots and, I don't even know, leaves. That's a big myth that everybody has, and it's not true. And it's not.
To a carrot and leaves. To leave on carrots and leaves, I don't even advise it.
It's not because it's not even balanced. It's very limited, and that's not what a healthy lifestyle is. So that's the biggest myth. I wish everybody would just be in health. Because you want to lose it doesn't mean you just have to. You starve. No, that's a myth. That's a big myth that everybody has. What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I feel like, I feel like people tend to do that, right? But I also feel like, okay, for instance, like when I would kind of put people through trying to lose weight or whatever the case may be, I always advise that every now and then just eat, your swallow, your rice, whatever, just to at least get that craving out, right? Which is why sometimes people would recommend having like a cheat day, the cheat meal, because it has to be sustainable. Because I feel like if you don't do that, then you crash. At some point, you're like, you know what? Forget this, and you just go back to your old plan, right? Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so is it realistic to eat clean in Lagos?
Yes.
It wasn't before though.
Wait a minute.
Like it was hard.
I don't agree. I actually don't agree with
I'll tell
that.
you why I think so, right? Because we didn't know any better.
Yeah. Okay. I guess.
But I always feel as if with with the country, right? It's very easy to eat clean, but it's in the preparation of the
Yeah. That's exactly what.
Let's think about it. Most of our food items are organic.
Food items are organic. They're healthy.
Yes.
Our food items are healthy. So that's it. Not, that's actually, it should be under the myths as well, that Nigerian foods are unhealthy. Our foods are not unhealthy. Our foods are organic. They are fantastic. We have a wide array of foods with so many vitamins, minerals. Our food is fun. So remove it out of your head that food is how we prepare it and the amount that we eat. the amount that we eat. So it's our preparation and how we eat. That's the main thing. The food itself is actually good. We have good food.
You go to a restaurant and you order rice and they give you this heat
You know,
of rice and think you blended. That's a lot of rice. And then do you even notice that in some restaurants, right? When they give you like a plate of rice, right? Maybe you order like, let's say fried rice with a side of vegetables and protein, right?
Yeah.
If this is the plate, right? This is the rice. From here to here is the rice. But here to here.
Yeah.
And then this is the protein.
Yeah.
And this is the vegetable.
If you have vegetable.
Yeah.
If you have vegetable. Okay, so that's one issue. What about buffets? When we go for buffets, buffets are amazing. When you have Nigeria, that's when you see us in action. That's when you see our mindsets in action. So it's actually the quantities and what we actually eat, how it's prepared, and the quantity. That's actually the main issue.
I personally have a question. I saw something today that was saying that palm oil is healthier than olive oil. Is that true?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but
I just have to ask.
where did you hear it from? Where did you see it from? Okay. Olive oil is actually like one of the healthiest oils. I'm not saying, and then palm oil also has a bad rap as well. But palm oil is not, it's how it's all in our preparation.
I know.
Is the yes, it's all, so all oil is oil. So it depends on your, so the people living in the Mediterranean are actually some of the healthiest people in the world, even though they eat a lot of oil, but their oil is olive oil and it's the healthiest oil. Okay. We eat a lot of different oils, and not all these oils, they're not always that healthy, and always how we also prepare the oil or how we cook. So palm, like let's just take this stew, this palm oil stew that we used to eat of other rice. We bleach the oil. So they cook it until it's smoking. That's like bleaching till it reaches those very high.
So it's lost everything.
It's lost everything and is actually now having like free radicals. It's actually not. So that's and then we keep frying with the same oil. Your plantain. You see. I know a lot of everybody's guilty. Everybody's guilty of that. Everybody's guilty of that.
I do air fry it now.
Okay, do air fry now. But most times, you see, it's all in how.
Back when I was growing up, the vegetable oil can be used like 1 month.
I'm telling you, like it just recycle, especially in these times.
It's interesting.
So it's all about how we eat. So the oil, our oil themselves are not so bad. It's how we eat, we cook them, how we eat them, and the vast quantities that we
think about it. So back in the days, great grandparents, they lived the same lifestyle. They did the same thing, but they live longer. There were not a lot of diseases back then.
Because they were not eating the way we're eating. They're not preparing their foods the way we prepare our foods. They don't use, so let's even just start with the cubes. They don't use as many cubes. They use a lot more natural.
What is it called, cubes?
I don't want to say any brand name.
Oh, like those cubes?
Yes, those cubes.
Cube. It's funny because I don't look
cube. But a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't.
A lot of people.
Yeah, worse. I rather just put salt.
Exactly. So, but if you look back, since we're talking about our forefathers, where did they say any cubes? Why did they say any cubes? They use natural herbs. So that's why it was healthier for them and they lived longer. Yeah,
those cubes are really bad.
They're not and it's how we're eating. It's how we eat. Everything is not as bad. It's how we eat them. Yeah, that's it.
So what can you share with me or with us what a balanced meal looks like when it comes to
I think it's what we learned in biology. We all know it in integrated science. For those of our generation, you guys younger ones might not know integrated science. But integrated science, they said we should eat. You all know it. Eat your proteins, meat, fish, eggs. Eat your carbohydrates, rice, beans, plantain, fats, which come from different things like avocado, oil, different things, vitamins and minerals, fruits, vegetables. We know, drink lots of water. So we know that's a balanced meal. Once you have that, all those, some of those things in you, then that's actually a balanced meal.
Let me ask from a layman's perspective. If you have a plate and we're using percentage, like 100%, right? How do you carve out which one has what percent?
I think 50% should be your carbs. About 50%.
I thought it was
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying. So about 50. It depends. So all this is just a general person because it depends on your goals as well. So if you're someone who's trying to build, to have gains, muscles. If you have muscles and you're trying to, your proteins should be much more. Do you understand? But if you're just the average person that wants to be healthy, I would just say like most of it, 50%, sorry, did I say carbs? About 50, 45, 40% should actually be veg, ideally. Then the remaining, ideally, or that should be the ideal. And then the remaining, let's say 50, 60% should be your carbs and proteins. That's,
Okay.
yes, do you understand? But if you want to have gains, like, then like 50% should be your proteins. If you're somebody who works out, you want to build muscle, then you do. So it just depends on you
Yeah.
and your goals. It depends on you and your goals.
Well, so me, I feel like because of my lifestyle at one go, so me, what I've done by time has been, I'm always heavy on my proteins.
And of course, what you do, of course, now.
I'm very minimal on my carbs, but I tend to push my carbs when I feel tired. Maybe I go to the gym today and I can't really, and I realize maybe I didn't have carbs a lot. And I come back and I up my carbs, so I feel better. But my proteins come first.
Yeah, because it's the kind of workouts you do. Yeah,
Exactly.
of course. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. How can someone start improving their diet without overwhelming themselves?
Keep it simple.
Okay. Kids, considering I was going to say, one of the easiest ways to even maintain that lifestyle, adding protein is having a lot of having like lots of eggs. But then the price of eggs this case, man, sort of bites me. You guys, because eggs are the quickest things in the foods.
Okay, to get protein.
After I work out, if I don't have time to, I'll just like 6, 7 eggs. I that gives my protein immediately without boiling it or whatever I'm doing with it. Right. But then with the things being so expensive now, everything is literally expensive these days. You want to buy chicken, few wings is like 7K or 8K, 9K per kg, right? So it even makes the lifestyle more expensive.
Yeah.
So how does one stay consistent with a budget?
Yeah, that's easy. That's a tough one. But I'll just say just keep it simple. Okay, use what you have available to you. So one thing a lot of people try to do is, especially with nutrition or a meal plan, some people they go online and they see all these fancy things online. Like, okay, I want to live healthily. They go online, they see some some Caucasian person, or they've done a meal plan that is not meant for us. Or let's just say someone who is not us has prepared this plan that has nothing to do with us. And then you see lots of things, expensive fruits, expensive vegetables, expensive meats that are not available to us or are not available cheaply to us. It's not something you can go to the market and buy. You have to go to like a supermarket on the, in on the island or somewhere to go and get it. That's, you don't have to go that far. Just keep it simple. If you see the meal plan that says, I don't know, chicken breast or something, which is, you typically will say chicken breast, just eat your chicken. Because the chicken breast might be the price of a whole chicken. In some instances, yes.
No, you understand. Fish called what's that fish called? Titus?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mackerel.
It's it mackerel.
Oh yeah. Mackerel. It was cheaper before. It was one of the cheapest. Yeah. Now, no, like you said, everything is expensive. It was actually, in fact, before back in the day, it was even like, they look down on you if in Nigerian culture, because it was seemed like, oh, that's the cheap. Like, oh, you don't have money, you're eating titles. Oh, people don't have money. No, meanwhile, see, can you see, these are all the mindsets. Meanwhile, that's one of the healthiest fish you can eat. And as God will have it, He made it available to everybody, but we didn't appreciate it. Yeah, we didn't appreciate it. But yeah, but just so that's what I would say. So, like for instance, now macrofish or titles, maybe on those meal plans, you might see something like, I don't know, tuna. You now be like, oh my gosh, where do I find tuna? Meanwhile, your mackerel or your Titus fish has the same thing. So that's what I'm just saying. Just keep it simple. So sometimes you need help. You need somebody, like maybe a guide and maybe like a nutritionist or someone to actually show you how to substitute. Do you understand? Yeah, you need someone to show you how to substitute.
Because when you go online to search, how to eat healthy, they'll give you like the kind of food types that they eat in the
They
Western.
eat in the Western world, and that's not us.
Yeah, you need to be able to curate something that works for you.
Exactly. Like you might see something there that says, oh, eat blueberries. And then you are now here trying to look for blueberries. You now have one blueberries that are like this much. Your handful of blueberries are probably like 8K. How are you gonna how are you gonna eat that? So will you eat two a day? I mean, what are you gonna do? Eat it 2 blueberries a day to make it last. So you just have to keep it simple and meet expert help and to learn to substitute. So just keep it simple. Don't use what's good for us. Not. I think you should know where you go to for help.
Yeah.
Go to someone that can actually help you, not someone.
What's your take on cheat meals? Smart or necessary?
So first of all, what is a cheat meal?
Let me give you a typical breakdown. Let's say Monday through Saturday or Monday through Saturday or so. In the morning I have eggs. Um or let's do the eggs. And then, you know, maybe in the afternoon I have like let's say brown rice with chicken wings or chicken breast with sides of vegetables, right? In between this I have a snack. Maybe a banana in the morning, an apple, seeing my lunch and my dinner. And then at night I have grilled fish and a side of vegetables, right? So I'm doing this every day, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, I decide, okay, you know what? I need to spoil myself. Like go to a restaurant, right? Anything gives, right? I get the menu and I'm like, you know what? I want jollof rice with chicken, um, with fried plantain. Then after that, I have a cheesecake, Camellia cheesecake. I have a glass of wine,
Mm-hmm.
anything I could eat in that moment,
Okay.
and I'm done, right? And then Sunday comes and I get back into my routine again. That's what I call a cheat meal. There are cheat meals and then there are cheat days. So people do a whole cheat day. From morning till night, you can eat whatever you want. You're done that day. While the people just do one cheat meal. I've done that before.
Okay.
Right? I know a few people swear by it. They advise it just to keep you more
Mm-hmm.
so you don't lose your mind.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it depends on your goals. It depends on your goals. But me, I always tell my clients that life is not a prison. If everything is strict, you just burn out. You just burn out. And what you consider, what you cheat with, or we call it cheating. I don't even really like that word, but we call it whatever you cheat with. I think it depends on your goals and the period you have.
Okay.
I think that's what I would just say. But I think cheating, as you call it, it's not a bad. It's just being human. It's just being human. You mix it up. You don't have to be so rigid. I don't even like, unless you know I'm on a rigid plan for this period because I want to achieve this in that time. That's within a specific time frame, but not that your whole life will be like that. No. Yeah.
So now, because I know you have clients, right? How do you help your client navigate guilt after by eating or indulging? It just so calls him like, Banke, you know what? This week I was stressed out. Yeah, work stressed me out. I didn't have time to make food. I was just, like eating from a restaurant and ordering food.
I bring out my cane and I beat them. No, I don't. Of course not. It's not. That's why you don't believe me.
You don't believe me? No, of course not. I told them it's fine that they're human. See, I like your method. I like your method of, because I feel like some people are just way too strict.
No, wait, that's not life. That's not life.
Because, okay, for the life of me, you do know there are people that still count calories when they eat stuff. What's that brand called? There's a brand years ago.
Is it is it okay for us to say? Oh, we can say it. I think it's Weight Watchers. Yeah, I think it's Weight Watchers. Yeah, that's and people like.
How do you do that every day?
I remember I had a consult with a lady who she was working with a non-Nigerian nutritionist, and she was telling me all the different rigid things they were doing, and I was trying to tell her that's not realistic, which is why it wasn't working with the person. As like she was now looking for some, because I'm like, you can't work like that. So are you going to count calories wherever and this is someone that travels a lot. So is it that when you go to restaurant, when you are traveling, or when you travel to your hometown, are you going to count calories when you're in the village when they bring you food or some? Do you understand? It's so unrealistic. So no, I don't. That's a rigid. That's a very small lifestyle. That is not. It's so small.
60 calories. two eggs,
Why would you?
3 calories.
But what does that make? But wait, but Emma, what does that make eating for you? So what's eating is eating is like breathing. When we breathe,
Yeah.
we don't think too much about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't think too much about your eating, but you should make each meal be an exam and something stressful. Oh my God, how many calories in this? I have to calculate. That eating is one of the pleasures that God has given us. Do you understand? Eating should be pleasurable while you're being mindful. While you're being mindful, you should not be. I think being mindful is the main thing. Not being. It's not an exam. Please don't count. That's not a nice life. That makes eating, and you'd have to eat every day. So it's like every day is an exam for you. You like, you know, but they don't. But they don't. If you have you asked them if they enjoy it, they don't. They're living a very small, close life. They're not enjoying life, and that gives them a bad relationship with food.
Heard of that brand a long time. I don't think I even really.
Are they still there, sir? I don't even know. Maybe their main person is no longer with them anymore, sure. Their main person is no longer. I think they went out. I think they went out of business.
The world has, revolved a lot.
I actually read something about the whole thing of Weight Watchers. It's actually not even a healthy thing, weight watching. So that means you're just watching your weight. You're just watching your weight.
Every day you play.
Every day, I can't remember watching your weight. People who watch their weight every day are actually not very happy people. It's true. If you're watching your weight every day, you are not a happy person. If you have, yeah, it's true because it's also a stressor as well. If you're, I'm speaking generally.
Living your whole life.
Yes, that's it. That's it. So if you're constantly looking at the scales, constantly counting your calories, that's a very your. I don't know. It does it sound like fun to you?
It doesn't.
No, it's not. Yeah, life is not a prison. You should be mindful and have guidelines, but you shouldn't. And especially if it's not, if it's for a period, if you're like, okay, for this period, I need to lose X amount for this. Like, for instance, I have a client now that is starting IVF in a month's time, and she needs to lose a particular amount of weight within that time. So we might be a bit strict, but just for that period, just for this period. And I make sure I tell them it's just for now. This is not your lifestyle. Do you understand? It's just for now. You're strict. Then from there we can go into mindfulness and not strictness and prison and counting. Nah, that's not. I don't advise that.
And do you believe in like the time thing where at certain times you stop eating?
I think it depends on you. You see everything. So we do a lot of. It depends on the person. I think we generalize too much. We generalize too much. Some people eat at 10, and they are fine. They are healthy. They are not overweight, and they are fine. Some other people, they will eat at that same 10 and it's wahala for them.
So let me use myself as an example. So lately I've been playing this outdoor sport, right?
Okay.
And sometimes we play like
I know what it is. I know what it is.
so I'm sure if
I know what it is. No, not because I know because everybody is liking it now. Even me, I was about to start it too as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. You my friends. Yeah.
and like I said in my previous episode, like I did like 12,000 steps yesterday from playing for like had 2 games, and the two games total was 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then I burnt like 2,900 calories yesterday on Sean. And then after that, I came back home and I was like hungry, right? And I ate because I knew my body was burning, right? And I just ate because I knew I was good. So that would be a different scenario.
Yeah, of course.
As opposed to somebody who's just sedentary and
yeah, exactly. So that's why I said it just depends on you. It just depends on the person. So would you say you shouldn't eat now at that time now? You'd feel like, oh, you shouldn't. You came back at what, 10:30?
About 10:30.
You burned 2,900 calories. You have to eat now. You have to replenish. You have to replenish now. You have to replenish. So yeah, so that's fine. And your body is actually still burning. It's still burning, it's still considered.
It burns what, 24 hours?
Yeah, depending on the kind of sport. With that kind of sport, especially with intense workouts, yeah, it still keeps burning. So you're good.
Okay. All right. So there's this hilarious thing that I've noticed people do, right? And I've talked about it before to a few friends of mine. I see people in the gym. They come into the gym, they get on the scale, they look at their weight, they go, they do like maybe 1 hour on the treadmill,
And they come back and check it.
come back again, get on that weight thing, look at their weight again, go back again, do one or two things, come again. And I'm just like, wow, what are you looking for? And I know that the best time to get the most specific weight for yourself is first thing in the morning. After that, when you start breathing air, drinking water, all those things carry weight. So what do you think about, like, what's the best? I feel like it's in the morning. Is it in the morning?
Yeah, it's in the morning. I actually just feel bad for this person that's checking their weight.
It's not one person that people do it.
But the thing is,
Mostly guys do it, which is odd.
hmm.
I'm just like watching. And really, what are you looking for?
Wow.
Like, what's supposed to happen?
Are they trying to, those ones, are they trying to gain weight? Are they trying to gain muscle?
And that when you're working out, you gain more weight.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I still asked you now that, are they trying to gain muscle? Are they like, okay, have I gained, or are they trying to, because if they're trying to lose, then they'll be really depressed.
Let's ask them one of these days.
Yeah, are you trying to gain? Because if you're trying to lose, and especially if you're doing what's it called, strength training, that's not going to work. You're going to actually gain muscle. So maybe that's why they look at it first like, oh my gosh, I've gained. I need to go back, and then they'll go home. You see, that's it. They'll now go home feeling low, feeling depressed. Then probably not want to eat when they get home. Like, oh, I can't eat because I've gained weight.
I tell you, I'm not really sure. I don't know when last I climbed the scale. Isn't that funny?
Even I can't remember just like climbing the scale.
I really believe in doing that. Like, it's nice to know what I weigh, but I feel like because I naturally live an active lifestyle, right? I know I'm always good, right? I'm not a skinny person, never been. As long as I'm working out, eating healthy, I should be fine. You know.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let me ask this, right? For women, right? Obviously, at every stage in our life, right, we have to tweak things, right?
Yeah.
So let's say for women getting into like menopause, right? What would be your advice for them in terms of nutrition? What can they add to or change or help?
I just think if you have not been eating, if you have not been mindful and having a healthy lifestyle, now is the time to start. Because if you don't, those perimenopause symptoms will be worse. They will actually be worse. Yeah, they will be worse for you. Yeah, because everybody's going to go through them. People, it's all in degrees. Some people go through them. So different things like what you eat, stress, sleep, your lifestyle has a lot to do with how you go through. This is what I've read and what I've seen, even in myself as well, affects how you go through that stage. And of course, God's grace, because God's grace, genetics, all these things. But generally speaking, I find that the more overweight you are, the more stressed you are, the poorer your eating habits, the worse that stage will be for you. Generally speaking. So this is the time in perimenopause, which is the 5 to 10 years before menopause. And perimenopause for some women, starts in their late 30s, mid to late 30s. Yeah. So some women enter menopause even in their late 30s. They stop having erects. It could be, but there are some, it's rare. But some people, they actually, by some people 39, they've stopped. And I've met some people who have never had kids, but some, luckily, they have finished having all their kids. And they entered menopause at 39.
Easy being a woman.
Ha. We're going through a lot. I'm telling you.
Like, a special welcome. Like,
you know,
until you try it.
Honestly, some men might not like that. They'll be like, we go through stuff too. I'm sure some men. No, let's not be like that. Men through go to tell. They go through their own stuff as well. Men through go through their stuff. There's a lot of pressure on them as well. Like, what actually feel sorry for men.
Financial pressure?
Apart from financial pressure to like, see the way we can express ourselves, we can talk. If I'm going through a heartbreak, I can even just tell me, Hannah, can you imagine? This is what he said. We'll talk. You tell me, Banke. Can you imagine? How many guys do that? They just have to keep it in. They keep in all these things because there's just too much pressure to be a man and to be. I think that's not even a good, like, to me, I'm happy to be a woman that can express myself and without shame and without men. It's hard. Men don't talk. They don't talk, and I think that's why they're more stressed. I think that's why they have more health issues later in life.
Because
they bottle. Yes, they keep things in. They don't really express themselves because it's not cool to express yourself as a man. If your guy is expressing himself, my friend, stop, please. Why are you crying? Why are you talking? What's wrong? It's okay. be a man, it's tough actually. That's actually tough. We don't know the blessing that we have. Even the hormones that are released when we talk. Is it oxytocin? I can't remember. There's a particular hormone that gets released when women hang out together and gist.
I know that there's
That helps us.
this big what's the term now? This big talk on allowing men to express themselves, especially the Western world, allowing men to cry, allowing men or raising your boys to tap into that feminine because they do have it. Of course, I feel like we all have that thing. We all have, but then as men begin to become men, to so like society suppresses them. Maybe their father.
You see, as beginning, as their boys, not even men. Yes,
as in that part of them begins to go away. Yeah. But I feel like at birth, all have the same.
Yeah.
And the society just kind of changes you.
I'm telling you.
And then
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is sad. So I feel sex or each gender, we all have with their good parts and their hard parts for both. Yeah, I feel they're good their part. Yeah. So I think you should, have some cut the men some slack.
I feel you like this.
Cut them some slack. Okay.
Like even I've explained it now, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Cut them some slack. Yeah. Okay. That's why they have heart disease more. Men are more likely to commit suicide than women. Yes, no. Because there's nobody to talk to. They keep everything bottled in. They have more heart disease. Men die earlier than women. So these things, let's pity them.
All right. Let's kind of, jump into this, right? Kind of rounding off. So, because in the world now, right? Let's even think where we are. There's a lot of issues like, diabetes, hypertension, all these different things going on, right? And I believe that if you have a family history of something, you need to start early enough to prevent it from, kind of coming out or whatever the case may be, right? So what would you recommend in terms of like nutrition of food if someone has like a family history of diabetes, right? Or high blood pressure? What would you recommend they start to, eat or add as part of their nutrition early enough?
I think it's
or avoid.
Okay.
As I let's use the word
Let's avoid.
avoid.
Okay, let's do avoid. So like high blood pressure, salt. I think that's the easiest one. Salt, those cubes you mentioned. Eating out is also. So there's something that I've also noticed. So the way our society is now, a lot of families are kind of separated because of this jackpot thing. So what you have is a lot of men, or should I say husbands and fathers, are left behind. Let's just call it left. They are left behind here. And the wife and the children move abroad. Okay. So you have the husband here. He's, let's say, in his 50s, late 40s, mid 50s and above. He's here. He lives alone. He may have a cook, perhaps. Or they might be like, what's the point of having somebody? There's nobody in the house. Let's not have anybody. So most likely he's eating out. And when you eat out, they use a lot more salt. They use a lot more of those cubes.
You're not checking though.
Yeah, you can't. How are you checking? You're hungry. You're stressed. You come back from work. You want to eat. You order the food, or you go hang out with your guys, your fellow guys who are also in that situation as well. You all go out and hang out, and you're eating all these foods that have a lot more oil, a lot more salt, a lot more cubes. It's just generally unhealthy as well. So those men already have, most of the time, they have a family history of all these diseases: diabetes, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol. It gets worse with this lifestyle. That lifestyle makes it even much worse because you're eating things that are not. Do you understand? There's nobody at home to monitor and make sure, are you eating this or are you avoiding? There's nobody around to make sure, are you avoiding this? Those men may even already be on medication, but that doesn't even mean anything.
Right.
Because you could be on medication and have a poor lifestyle. It doesn't mean anything. Even if you're on medication, you should still have a healthy lifestyle. So
I feel like if people started early enough to prevent certain things, we wouldn't have to be on medication.
True.
And I've also heard people that have started to change their lifestyle and they got off medication.
Yes, of course. So that happens a lot. That happens. Either they get off or they reduce it. I remember I had this client that came. He was at 39. I wish if we had pictures here today. He came at 39. His tummy was like from here to there, and he was on 4 different BP medications. 4. I've met people that have been on 7, by the way.
Wait,
Yes. Yes.
one BP, 7 medication.
One BP. Yes. Yes. Different types.
See, if he has one BP, if he had BP, he'd be so one man.
Haba. No. No. So this guy was on 4 different medications and his BP was still high. It still was not controlled because of his lifestyle and how he was eating. So thank God by the time we worked together, they now reduced it to 1 that had a combination of 2 in it. That was it. And since then, we should see the guy now. Unless you see his before and after picture, you just pass out. You'll be like, no, it's not. The guy he's like you. He's in the gym all the time. He's working out. Do you understand? He's a bobo. He's and he's even like in his office now. They've even made him like the health champion. Yeah, because before no, he was so basically this lifestyle, this our lifestyle. Just live and most like I said, most Africans we have that what's it called history of high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, high blood sugar, and this lifestyle and how we eat and our mindset doesn't help. So start living healthful. Just eat healthily. Don't overeat. We know you're a chairman, but it doesn't mean you have to eat everything.
It's what's the whole thing? You know that back in the days, right? Being a chairman or a big man, like it was you standing and having like a pot bed. Yes. And having like that swag. And that's Because you know now that being a chairman is not that.
He's not. Oh, he's not.
Being a chairman is
he's looking smart, and people are saying like,
bag empties.
yes,
Be to sport. Fitness.
They want to enjoy their money. Oh.
Yeah, sure.
They want to enjoy their money. So it's changing.
How life has just changed, right?
Thank God it has changed. Thank God it has. So we needed it to change because people are, yeah. So basically, a healthy, and so you need to start early. You know what the problem is actually from my own experience. What happens is that so Nigerians, we grow up in a poor. Most Nigerians grow up poor, so they start working. So by the time they're at the 30s, you start making some money. So now they start making money. It's like I can eat whatever I want.
I see.
Yeah. So what happens is that we now tend to now overdo it. So now that brings those diseases that in the family bloodline now start manifesting themselves when people are in their 30s. Because it's just come like we eat everything, we drink everything, we do everything, Yeah, so I'm telling you because we were not doing it before, so let's enjoy it now. Let's enjoy. We don't know tomorrow. Do you understand? So, but we do know tomorrow because you're actually spoiling that your tomorrow by doing that.
And I think even just being very self-aware, like you said, if not everywhere you go, you don't have to eat every time you go somewhere. I was just saying how I was out last night and I got there about little after 11 p.m. And before I left, because I knew it was kind of late, right? I ate I had chicken wings.
Okay, before you went for the event. Yeah.
Broccoli and carrots. Okay. But when I got there was like mad food on the table and I was fine. I just had like champagne or whatever. Everybody was eating and I was just like, and to me, that's like holding myself accountable. That's
exactly.
I'm very like, you know what I mean? Like, you just of weird.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very mindful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah.
It goes a long way. Yeah. I always tell people that if you're going out and you want to go have fun and you're not sure, just eat at home.
That's what that's also tell people as well. Yeah. And then you're just
fine.
You're fine. Either you will eat or even just okay, let me just bite on this and so that people will not start asking me, So because some people say they feel uncomfortable when people are asking them why they're not eating. I'm like, what's wrong with that?
People ask me. So there was a while back, right? Years ago, right? I literally cut alcohol offering.
Okay.
I think I was trying to transition into it. I think I was trying to like build my body, right? So it's up there, because of what it was. So alcohol was like out, and I would go out and I would ask for water.
But your friend would be like, what's wrong?
You don't drink, you don't smoke. So what do you do? I
saw that here. Gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel that I stopped drinking in 2009. So people are, but yeah, I don't drink anymore. So it wasn't even completely intentional. But thank God that I don't drink anymore. But what happens now is that, so at first it was like, what's wrong now? Drink now, and everybody will drink. But now, because when people now know that you don't drink, people even, when somebody wants to give you a drink, people say, if your mother doesn't drink, they'll even answer for you. So you don't have to, you don't even have to, do you understand? So I don't think you should feel, sometimes people feel bad. Like you shouldn't feel bad. After a while, people will know you that you don't do this. And they will even be the ones being your champion. Leave her, she doesn't drink, or leave her, she doesn't do X. You know.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Banke.
Thank you.
So I'll shut this episode down with rapid fire questions, right? Now, I keep it very flexible, but because we are talking nutrition, yeah, I'm gonna just try to like do a yes or no, right? Have a list of things, right? So there are food items, this or that, this
Oh, wow.
or that, right? All right.
Okay. That's okay. Let's go.
White rice or brown rice?
Oh, wait. What's the question? Which one do I prefer? Which is better for?
Which one is better? If you want to change it a little bit, feel free.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. White rice or brown rice? So brown rice, if you're diabetic, yeah, or you're trying to lose weight.
So you saying that
You can, I'm saying that white rice sometimes is not bad. People put white rice like it's the devil. It's not the devil. It's not like, if you know you're diabetic, you're trying to lose weight, you have health issues, and you're eating rice, you're one of those rice in the morning, rice in the afternoon, rice in the night people, which a lot of people are. That's a problem. But I'll understand that some people don't like brown rice. Should I say maybe ofada rice? Let me say ofada, because not everybody likes brown rice or any native rice.
brown rice and ofada wonders.
Brown rice it can be a bit hard. It's not as they each, or should I just put native? Let's just put natural native rice as opposed to polished rice. As opposed to, so yes, we should actually eat more natural. Like when we were kids, we used to pick rice and pick the stones. I don't know if you guys did that. Yes, because the rice was more natural.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Does your daughter, if you told your daughter to come and do that now, she'll even be like, Mommy, why are there stones in this rice? Exactly. Meanwhile, that was the better rice we were eating. Yeah. Children will be like, what? They'll be like, why is this? What's going on? Why are there stones in this rice? Meanwhile, that's actually the rice we should be eating. That's like, because it's natural, it has more fiber, it's actually better for you, generally, for good health. So let me say natural rice, not brown rice. Yeah.
Sweet potatoes or Irish potatoes?
Sweet.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, sweet is even sweet, safe.
I'm a sucker for
Yeah, sweet potatoes are best. I mean, even the name alone.
All right. Egg whites or just whole egg?
Whole egg.
Rice.
Whole egg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. You see how life kind of
Yeah, change, yes. We find
oh
yes, it was egg whites only.
catch me eating yolk.
Yeah.
Now I boil 6-7 eggs. And I eat my whole eggs. But what comes up with these rules?
That's why I say people need guidance. People need guidance. They need expert guidance from people who are at least keeping in touch with what's going on, the times, with latest research and all that. Yes, dude, at one point, research, maybe based on one study they did somewhere, they were saying that egg whites are the only way forward. But now, through research, they found that actually the whole egg is better for you. Yeah. So you just have to there's always new research. People are always trying to find out new things,
What's your take on caffeine? I know, while we were setting up that conversation, from my experience, which I said to you that the past, I think it's been close to like 2 years, and I haven't had anything that has caffeine in it because I had like a scare, from taking caffeine, and I went cold turkey. And ever since then, I've not had coffee. So I grew up with sports, right, in college. And I've always thought that I would need a pre-workout, a post-workout supplement, right? And I think, Big Five just, they make you believe that you need those things, right? So most of my life, right, at least the past 50 years, I'd always use like a pre-workout or a post-workout, right? Of like, I had this scare and I went cold turkey on everything. Best choice I ever had or made, because I tell you for free that at some point I didn't think that I could work out without my pre-workout, and now I just take my water to the gym and I work out. The only thing that I take is like my creatine, which is just to help my muscle, right? But I literally go to the gym and I work out and I feel so much better than when I was taking like pre-workout and post-workout. I don't even take coffee. So what's your take on it? Like, is it coffee a no-no, or it just depends?
So first of all, coffee is a powerful substance. So just like alcohol, sugar too is a powerful substance. Drugs obviously are powerful substances. So all powerful substances should be either in some cases be avoided or taken in moderation. That's all. The only problem is that with powerful substances are usually addictive. That's the problem with powerful substances.
You start with coffee.
Yeah.
And you just can't help it.
It's with everything, whether it's coffee, whether it's alcohol, whether it's sugar, all these are, that's why they're powerful and addictive substances. So we tend to overdo them, and that's where the problem begins. So with any powerful substance, just watch the amount. So if you see it's not working for you, then you have to. It might be like we discussed earlier on. You found that with even though you had so much caffeine in coffee and in everything, you were always tired.
Yeah.
Because that's what excessive caffeine does. The irony is you actually become more tired because it begins to affect your sleep and all that. So it's actually, so you have to, everybody has to watch and see what works for them. But everything in moderation, as we say, everything in moderation. I don't even take caffeine either. I don't take caffeine. Let me see, do I take caffeine? I don't take caffeine because now I'm even so sensitive now. So if you now took caffeine now, you'll be so sensitive now. You won't be able to handle it. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be hard for you to.
I wouldn't even want to try to take caffeine because I haven't taken it for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like if I take it now, I'll be like so like,
Yeah.
no, because it's like, and it took me like 2 weeks of withdrawal. I had to it took like 2 weeks to go through the withdrawal because I was constantly tired and I was tempted. Like, yeah, just need to take this, feel better.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I actually like.
No, good on you. I had a client last year that he used to take a particular energy drink, like several cans a day. And he was still overweight, he was still tired, and he had high blood pressure. Yes. And then he also had high blood pressure on top of it. So that's one example. So thankfully, as we worked together, and he used to work out as well, but he was still tired. Do you understand? It was so we're
Fitness people take it. That's the sad part. Yeah.
but they're still tired. They're still tired. So that's him. But if you think of, let's go to ladies now. So ladies, we also have to be very careful. There's a lot of caffeine, even in some of these appetite suppressants.
Yes.
All those pills, I say, oh, you lose weight now, you take this pill. Okay, I actually work with natural weight loss boosters, so it's not all, but there are particular ones that actually have a lot of caffeine in them, and this now starts to affect, gives like how the caffeine was, you start having palpitations. So on top of those pills, you take coffee, you take so many other things that have caffeine in them that you don't even know, and you now wonder, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling bad? So you really have to you have to be mindful about all what you're ingesting. Yeah. And even what anybody gives you, oh, this one, like something when we hear lose weight, everybody just is like, it's like a seduction. Whatever they give, it's losing weight, it's like you just forget yourself. You just forget yourself and you just take it. Go and look at what you're taking. Look at it. You don't know if that's the root of your problem, even.
All right. Well, that's all I have for today.
Oh, thank you.
Bankers.
Thank you very much.
Your time. Oh, you had a good time.
Yes, I had a great time. I was going to say that, how are your guests? How are your guests going to know who I am, where to find me, all those else?
Thank you so
Fantastic. Okay,
If you
great.
want to, mention your handle, feel free.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Banke Claude Wilcox. I'm a certified nutritionist, weight loss coach, and wellness consultant. You can find me on at Fit and Well with Banke on Instagram. My website is also www.fitandwell.com. Thanks a lot, guys.
We've done a lot of stuff.
Yes, we have done. Yeah, now that's why you could call me the way you called me now. If it's somebody else, I'll just be like this.
Well, my point.
That's why you could call me that way now, because we don't start together. All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to follow on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you guys next time. It's Ish Podcast, where we keep it real, a little sweaty, very cute, all that good stuff. All right, bye. See you later. You're listening to the Fetish Podcast, where we keep it cute, a little sweaty, and very real.